James Cagney, one of the toughest, most electric personalities to ever light up the silver screen. A Lower East Side street kid turned Hollywood legend who spent 2 decades slugging it out, on screen and off, with Warner Brother, with the studio system, and with anyone who tried to tell him what to do. But in 1945, with the war grinding to its final bloody chapter, Cagney took on something different. Not a gangster, not a G-man, a reporter. A lone American journalist in pre-war Tokyo who stumbles upon a document that could expose Japan's secret blueprint for world domination, and then has to survive long enough to tell the world about it. This is Blood on the Sun, a film that punches harder than you'd expect, a film hiding real history inside a pulp thriller, and a film that 7 decades later still has something to say about power, secrets, and the price of a free press. Welcome to SL Tonight Presents Deep Dive.
But, gentlemen, I know nothing about this article being printed. I was out of town.
Then let me read what is printed here in your paper. If Japan wants to control China, we must first crush the United States. Just as in the past, we had to fight in the Russo-Japanese War.
But, gentlemen, you know the Chronicle has supported the government for 25 years. Every government.
It is late for explanations. This insult to Baron Tanaka and the Japanese people has caused great disturbance. You must know as a penalty for disregard censorship.
If my managing editor has violated any of the regulations, I'll fire him. Nick Condon. Somebody dig up Nick Condon.
He's out. Something important. Said he wasn't to be disturbed.
I don't care if he's interviewing the Emperor. Get him here right away.
Get him on the phone, Kin-chan.
Okay, Mr. Sprague, but he's not going to like it.
Get him anyway.
Hachikawa.
Takshan. Arigatou gozaimashita.
Hello, Oshma. What's on your mind?
Nick,
There's a matter to discuss, if you please.
Shoot.
It is an official matter of great importance.
Oh, great. Come on in. We'll talk it over.
Nick, will you please...
Oh, all right, all right. Hand me that towel, will you?
Lies, lies. It is all one big lie. Every word is untrue.
Oh, now, just a minute.
You must disclose source of your information. Police must deal with this traitor.
All right, that's fair enough. You have a right to know. The name of the traitor is the American Press. That article appeared in 3 New York newspapers.
But I cannot believe it.
All right, check with your consul in New York.
Very unfortunate. When American newspaper prints slander, fine American people receive poor impression of Japanese friendship.
Oh, I agree, I agree. If there's anything I hate, it's to give anyone a poor impression of Japanese friendship.
Ah, thank you.
Thank you.
You can't do this to me, Nick. My blood pressure won't stand it. Supposing they shut me down.
Now, look, when I came here 2 years ago and took over this rag, it was on one condition. That I run it.
I know, Nick, but you can't...
Your circulation has doubled, advertising has gone up 500%, and you're making more money than you ever made in your life.
You're not doing so badly yourself. You're making 5 times the money you made at Shanghai.
You tired of the deal?
Oh, now, don't think I don't appreciate what you did for the Chronicle, but printing things like that is...
That's what newspapers are for. That's what people buy. Not just Japanese propaganda handouts.
But this was just a rumor.
Yes, and thousands of American businessmen have a right to know about rumors like that.
I know, but Nick, lots of Japs read English, too.
Yeah. There was more to that than just a rumor. To bring those 2 birds here about it, I'll have Ollie Miller look into it.
Look into it. We've got to get out of it. You're going to write the retraction.
I'll write a retraction when they prove the story is false.
Nick, are you sure that piece was in the New York papers? The Japs would have caught it on the wires and censored it.
New Yorkers read it yesterday.
Yesterday? Then how could you have read it?
Read it? I wrote it.
Nick! Nick, for the love of Mike!
Hi, Nick. Thought you'd be in jail by this time. Somebody's gonna have to slit your throat to save his face.
Aren't you a little bit early with that stuff?
No. It just seems early.
I hear the police have collected all the chronicles from the newsstands.
Well, I hope you boys got your copies. You're welcome to cable any part of it you want.
No, thanks. I want to stay in Tokyo. I just signed a new lease.
Anybody here seen Ollie Miller?
No, not yet.
When Ollie Miller is not at this bar, he must be sick.
See you later.
Sure.
To understand why Blood on the Sun matters, you first have to understand where James Cagney was in his life and career when he made it. Because this movie wasn't a studio assignment. It was a declaration of independence. By the early 1940s, Cagney had already been one of the biggest stars in Hollywood for over a decade. He'd immortalized the American gangster in The Public Enemy in 1931. He'd brawled, wisecracked, and fast-talked his way through dozens of Warner Brothers pictures. And then, in 1942, he did the unthinkable. He won the Academy Award for Best Actor playing the ultimate song and dance patriot, George M. Cohan, in Yankee Doodle Dandy. The toughest guy in Hollywood turned out to be one of the best dancers and most charming comedians in the business. Nobody saw it coming. But even at the height of his fame, Cagney was fighting. He'd walk out on Warner Brothers multiple times over salary disputes and creative control. He even sued them in 1936 and won, one of the first actors in Hollywood history to beat a studio in court. Jack L. Warner aspirated, called him the professional angster. Cagney took that as a compliment. So in 1942, fresh off his Oscar win, Cagney did something bold. He and his brother William broke away from Warner Brothers entirely and formed their own independent production company, William Cagney Productions. They would make their films on their terms, distributed through United Artists. James was the talent. William was the business brain. He'd actually given up his own acting career in 1934 just to manage his famous older brother. Together they made 4 films during this independent period: Johnny Come Lately in 1943, Blood on the Sun in 1945, 13 Rue Madeline in 1946, and The Time of Your Life in 1948. Blood on the Sun was their second picture, and in many ways, their most ambitious.
Yes, sir. I'm quitting. What, again?
Ever see these things before? Thank you. Keep it changed. 2 tickets for home on the first boat I could get, leaving tonight. And I got on my road.
But where did you get the dough?
No invention.
Secret machines. Press buttons. Out comes fives, tens, hundreds.
Well, in that case, how about the 30 you owe me?
A pleasure, a pleasure. And here's the 10 that you wouldn't loan me, stinker. Buy a round of drink.
Excuse me, we'll continue this in our next. Ollie just came in. I'll see you later. So long, Nick.
Yes, sir, I'm quitting this godforsaken land. What's it got? Cherry blossoms, but no cherries. What kind of cherry trees are those? I'll probably settle down Connecticut and write a book. If I don't write a book, I'll... Hi, Nick, boy. If I've been looking for you all over. 220. A debt of long standing. Great honor to pay.
He must have been trading in Shanghai silver.
Johnson's just gonna buy a drink.
Where'd you get the money?
I came into it.
Come on, make sense. What's up?
I might well take offense at the skepticism in your tone. But I prefer to be generous and remember you as my friend and former employer. And attribute to your bitter jealousy of my good fortune.
Former employer?
I'm leaving tonight. Me and Edith. Now got her Maru.
Where did you get that money?
Nick, take a tip from me. Come on back to the States. This place is getting hotter than the inside of Fujiyama. Get out. There was blood on the streets this morning. It'll be flowing like a river before the summer's over.
So you're mixed up in something shady.
Me? Ollie Miller? Hey, don't forget. Hey, Dick, Captain 23. Come down in the night and I'll fill you full of champagne, tell you how much I love you. Man, best friend, you dog. So long, friends. So long, nice people. So long. Woo!
Now, before we get into the plot of the film itself, we need to talk about the document at the center of it all. Because the Tanaka Memorial is one of the most fascinating and controversial pieces of paper in modern history. Here's what it supposedly was. A 13,000-word secret strategy report allegedly presented by Japanese Prime Minister Baron Glitchy Tanaka to Emperor Hirohito on July 25, 1927. The document, if it was real, laid out a breathtaking plan. First, seize Manchuria and Mongolia, then conquer China, then drive the Western powers out of Asia entirely, and ultimately achieve Japanese dominance over the entire world. The strategy could be boiled down to a simple ladder. In order to conquer the world, you had to conquer China first. And in order to conquer China, you first had to take Manchuria and Mongolia. Obviously, as one do. The document first surfaced publicly in December 1929, not in Japan, but in a Chinese nationalist publication in Nanking. It was quickly translated into English and began circulating through Europe and the United States. And people read it and thought, this sounds exactly like what Japan is doing. But here's where it gets complicated. Japan immediately and vehemently denied it. Called it a total fabrication. No original Japanese text was ever found, no copy in Japan's own archives. And scholars who examined it closely noted that the writing style was strangely un-Japanese, too blunt, too grandiose, lacking the courtly formality you'd expect in a formal imperial petition. Most historians today believe that the Tanaka Memorial was a forgery, almost certainly created by Chinese nationalist agents as anti-Japanese propaganda. The consensus, as historian John Dower puts it, is that it was a masterful anti-Japanese hoax. Professor Haru Tomatsu of Japan's National Defense Academy stated flatly the Tanaka Memorial never existed, and apologized for butchering any names. I'm staying ahead of time, because I'm probably going to. I almost guarantee I just did. But, and this is crucial, even if the document was fake, the ambitions it described were not. Japan was moving into Manchuria. Japan was building towards the Pacific War. In 1940, British intelligence agent Peter Fleming
Your name, please.
actually wrote a fake update to the Tanaka Memorial and leaked it to Japanese as a counterintelligence operation, which tells you the British already knew it was a hoax before the war even began, but found it tactically useful anyway. So, by 1945, when Hollywood put the Tanaka Memorial on the big screen, the document had been circulating for 15 years, had been cited in congressional testimony, and had shaped Western public opinion about Japan's intentions. Whether it was real or not almost didn't matter anymore. It had become real enough. And that's the world Cagney's Nick Condon operates in.
Too bad. You refuse to believe police. Now you know. Truth has been told. You saw for yourself. Friends have not yet arrived.
Hey! Hello. Tokyo Chronicle, please. Charlie Sprague. Yeah.
Chronicle office.
Charlie, there's trouble, big trouble. Now, I can't tell you about it now. I'm coming right down. But find out where the ambassador is and get a call through to him right away.
Right, Nick. Did Ollie Miller reach you?
Ollie?
He's been trying to get in touch with you. Said it was urgent.
Oh, where is he?
He said he'd try to get over to your house.
Oh, fine. Well, I'll go there then. Switch the call there. Yeah. What happened?
I don't know. They were going to be so tough, I'd have asked for more money.
made a good guess in the paper this morning. You won't have to guess anymore, Nick. Tanaka planned. I'm glad. Glad Edith got away okay. Tell her I'm sorry I missed the boat. Will you... Honey?
What is it?
Very sorry to disturb.
So am I. Beat it.
A desperate criminal escaped police. Maybe he is hiding here. Sorry, we must search.
We wish to protect you.
There's nobody here, and I don't need anybody to protect me. Now get out.
Have accident?
Ah, here is criminal.
Don't you mean victim?
We must search house, please. Jumbo Sagase.
Hi. Solo heya. Sagate.
Set in Tokyo in the early 1930s, the moment before Japan's military government fully tightened its grip, the film follows Nick Condon, hard-nosed American editor of the Tokyo Chronicle, a paper aimed at the city's English-speaking community. Condon is fluent in Japanese and Chinese, has spent years in Asia, and harbors no illusions about the militarist direction the country is headed. When a fellow reporter gets his hands on a copy of the Tanaka Memorial and passes it to Condon for safekeeping, the situation explodes almost immediately. The Japanese secret police and military intelligence know that the document has been taken, and they will do anything to get it back. Murder, frame-ups, diplomatic pressure. They're not subtle about it. Condon finds himself navigating a razor's edge, trying to get the document out of the country while staying alive. While Japanese officials breathe down his neck and assassins lurk around every corner. Into this comes Irish Hilliard, played by Sylvia Sidney, a mysterious woman who appears to be working for the Japanese government, but may have loyalties that run deeper and more complicated than anyone suspects. She's half Chinese, operating in a city where that heritage puts her in an impossible position, and Sidney brings a real gravity to the role. There's a genuine, tragic quality to Iris that elevates the movie beyond simple propaganda. The film builds through a series of escalating confrontations, political meetings that turn dangerous, cat-and-mouse games through Tokyo streets, a bathhouse sequence that turns into a fight, and ultimately one of the most kinetic physical climaxes Cagney ever filmed, where judo becomes both his weapon and his salvation. The tone sits somewhere between Casablanca and the Maltese Falcon. Dark, cynical, romantically charged, with a hero who's smarter than everyone around him and knows it. One reviewer called it the front page meets a Japanese spy thriller, and that's not far off. What sets Condon apart from typical propaganda heroes is that he isn't anti-Japanese. He's anti-fascist. The film is smart enough to locate the villain not in Japanese people but in Japanese imperialism, in a military government that's hijacked a nation. That's a more sophisticated argument than most war-era films were making.
Gaiety intense and far-reaching, causing complaints from neighbors. Complaints ignored, forcing police to make polite requests that gaiety subdue. Request ignored. Police enter home at 10:30 p.m. Find Nicholas Condon with two girls. too, Condon-san? Mr. Condon very much under influence sake. Demand police reeve. Police demand two girl reeve. Condon attempt to throw police out. Condon overcome by drinks. Friendly police put him to bed in city jail to protect him.
Hello, hello. Hello. You've cut me off. Give me the Tokyo Chronicle again, please.
Because holding you in much esteem, man of great prestige, no longer angry with protective police, you are free to go.
Thanks. Hello, Charlie.
Oh, Nick, please. Go home and get a little sleep. You had us up all last night. We even woke the ambassador. I don't know how we're going to alibi it to him. The Japanese papers are full of what you did.
Never mind that, never mind that. Look, I'm glad you got the ambassador. Get him again and tell him I've got to see him as soon as possible. And then get in your car and pick me up here. Yeah, and bring a camera.
Sergeant Oshima, you know our good friend Condon-san of Tokyo Chronicle?
We have met many times. Great honor.
It's not mutual. You killed 2 Americans last night, Oshima. One in the Nagatomaru and the other at my house.
Oh, serious charge, Condon-san. You have proof?
Condon-san and Sake have big fight last night. Sake win.
I suppose you weren't at the harbor, and you weren't at my house.
Last night we take families to view cherry blossoms in moonlight. Most pleasurable evening.
Be better you forget bad dreams and go home to good sleep. Sayonara, Condon-san. And if I may try big joke, I say, hope I am not to see you here too soon.
Understand you have very strong judo. Perhaps you honor me with contest sometime.
Certainly. Only I hope next time it'll be face to face. You can put your camera away. There's the window that Ollie plowed through last night, and they've replaced it. Plant number 1, even to the lipstick. Plant number 2.
Yeah, they don't miss a bit.
They've even cleaned up the blood stains.
Yeah, very thorough. What is it, Nick? There's someone at the door. Shall I see who it is?
Yeah, see what.
Mr. Condon, please.
Come in.
Thank you.
This is Mr. Condon.
Yes? Hayashi.
Thank you. I'm from Foreign Office. Please permit me to escort you to the audience with His Excellency, Premier General Baron Tanaka.
Well,
The director was Frank Lloyd, an Irish-born filmmaker who had already won 2 Academy Awards for directing by the time he took the song. For The Divine Lady in 1929 and Cavalcade in 1932. He also directed Mutiny on the Bounty in 1935, one of the most celebrated adventure films of the decade.
a few minutes, please.
Lloyd was a craftsman's craftsman, not flashy, but deeply reliable and skilled at keeping pictures moving with clarity and momentum. He was exactly what a story this packed with incident needed. The screenplay was written by Lester Cole, and the production design was handled by Weird Enan, with set decoration by A. Roland Fields. See, I told you I'd butcher it. That production design team would go on to win the Academy Award for Best Art Direction, black and white, for this film. The Tokyo sets were remarkably elaborate for an independent production of this scale, giving the picture a visual authenticity that studios with larger budgets might not have bothered to achieve. The score was composed by Miklós Rózsa, one of the most respected film composers of the era. And again, apologies if I fucked up your name. The man behind Double Indemnity, Spellbound, Lost Weekend, and eventually Ben-Hur. Oh, yeah.
An interesting woman.
His score for Blood on the Sun leans into its Asian setting with careful, atmospheric orchestration that threads the needle between thriller tension and genuine exoticism without sliding into caricature. And then there's the casting question that hangs over the film from a modern perspective. Virtually all of the Japanese characters are played by white actors in heavy makeup, a practice that was, even at the time, beginning to raise eyebrows. Robert Armstrong, who played Carl Denham in the original King Kong just 12 years earlier, appears here as Colonel Tojo. Marvin Miller, later famous as the voice of the millionaire on the TV series The Millionaire, plays Yamada. The film does cast a handful of actual Asian American actors in smaller roles, including Philip Ahn, one of the most prolific Korean American actors of the studio era, but the central villains are uniformly played by white performers in yellow. And it's good to know that because I thought that was me. So when I added color to this, just know that I thought that was me making that happen. Turns out, no, that's the movie. So, yeah. It's impossible to watch the film today without that discomfort. Except for now, you can watch it with them having actual tan faces. Appropriate. But in 1945, it was the standard Hollywood practice. And the film at least attempts to frame its politics around ideology rather than ethnicity, making the argument that Condon isn't against Japanese people, but against the specific militaristic regime that corrupted the country. One casting note worth highlighting, the judo scenes required a genuine expert on screen. William Cagney tracked down Jack Sergil, one of the Los Angeles top judo specialists, who adopted the stage name John Haller. Thanks for telling me now, to appear in the film as Cagney's primary opponent. It marked one of the very first appearances of genuine, technically correct judo technique in American cinema. And Halloran would return. He later taught judo to Edmund O'Brien for White Heat when Cagney went back to Warner.
We realize you had no way of knowing it was an inopportune moment for such a story.
Bluntly, Mr. Condon, certain liberal subversive factions within our own country are seeking to create an incident to weaken the present government. They are responsible for the malicious rumor which you have regrettably printed.
As I said, Mr. Condon, the story itself is unimportant. These rumors of a document which plans world conquest are ridiculous. But should this rumor be taken seriously by the wrong people, a blazing fire might be kindled which Japan would find costly to extinguish.
Oh, I see. What you're saying is you'd like the Chronicle to put on a Fire Prevention Week campaign. Is that it?
No, Mr. Condon. Within the past 24 hours, we've discovered a plot to smuggle this forged document out of Japan. A man by the name of Oliver Miller, one of their former employees, is involved.
We could recover the document from him by force, if we chose. We would prefer that you persuade him to return it to us.
It seems you haven't heard, Your Excellency. No, your secret police major, that Mr. and Mrs. Miller were murdered last night.
Yes, we read in the papers this morning about your escapade last night, Mr. Condon. In your incoherent condition, you spoke of this unpleasant fantasy. As we were concerned with the fate of Mr. Miller even more than you, we immediately made inquiries. From the captain of the Nagata Maru, a most trustworthy gentleman. Isn't it clear to you now?
Mm-hmm. Perfectly clear.
In every detail, Mr. Condon. Murder is an ugly and dishonorable act, and to prove it, someone must be accused. Bodies must be produced. No, Mr. Condon. To approach this problem that way would only lead you to many difficulties. But if you send Mr. Miller a radiogram, I am sure he will return the document to us. Through you. Everyone would be enormously relieved, and you would greatly profit. We will all live to laugh at the strange hallucination which you experienced last night.
See. Well, you want this forgery returned?
Yes.
And you're willing to pay plenty for it? All right. Here's my price. When the United States Embassy is informed that the murderers of Ollie Miller and his wife, I mean the real murderers, Oshma and Hijikata, not a couple of sacrificial monkeys, are brought to trial and convicted, then, and only then, the thing that you're looking for may turn up.
Yes.
All right, sit down. Drink?
Whiskey. For the love of Mike, what's this about your quitting the paper?
Trying to give you a break. You want my job, don't you?
Oh, come on, don't toy with me. What's up? What happened with Tanaka?
Well, Charlie, I can't tell you much. You'll have to be satisfied with the crumbs. After I left Tanaka, I went over to the embassy. We had a long talk. I don't ask any questions. This much I can tell you. They're sending me back to Washington.
Okay. Crumbs, but from cake. I suppose you saw Bright Eyes over there.
And he's been tailing me all day.
They know you're leaving. They might have other plans for you, Ollie Miller style.
No, the embassy has expressed a very definite interest in my safe departure. Polite, but official. Oh, yeah, and one more for me.
Now, the judo angle deserves its own section because it's one of the most interesting behind-the-scenes stories around this film. Cagney didn't just choreograph some fight moves and call it a day. He trained. Seriously. According to production records, he worked with Kuniyuki, a fifth-degree judo master. Ugh. A level of instruction that goes far beyond learning how to fall convincingly on camera. Cagney threw himself into it with the same intensity he brought to every physical performance. He insisted on doing as many of his own stunts as possible, which, for a man in his mid-40s, making an independent picture on a controlled budget was both a creative decision and a practical one. There's something in the fight sequences that feels genuinely earned. When Condon throws a man across the room, it doesn't look like editing tricks. It looks like a man who knows what he's doing. This mattered to Cagney. Physical authenticity was central to his whole approach to performance. He'd grown up fighting on the streets of the Lower East Side. He understood that how a man moves is how a man is. And bringing real judo into an American film in 1945 was genuinely groundbreaking. Audiences had never quite seen anything like it.
How's Shanghai these days?
Oh, Shanghai's always gay.
For everyone but the Chinese.
May the waiter interrupt long enough to take your orders?
Daiquiri.
Same. How was the trip over?
A little on the rough side.
I always say it's not the ocean, but the Japanese boats.
You arrived last night?
Yes.
I went down to see a couple of friends of mine off on the Nagatamaru last night. You didn't by any chance come in on that boat, did you?
Look here, Condon. You have a reputation for bad manners, but this is going too far.
It's all right, Mr. Cassell. Perhaps Mr. Condon can explain.
Telephone, Mr. Gazelle.
Excuse me.
Well?
I'm sorry. Sorry. I had kind of a rough night last night, and I'm not quite myself today.
I read about it in this morning's paper.
Well, that story? Not true.
I didn't think so. Too much fun to be true. May I have a cigarette? I'd like to make a confession.
Well, we're alone.
You were wrong about Cassell. He isn't crazy. I insisted on coming over here.
Why?
I wanted to meet you.
You certainly know your judo, don't you? You've had me off balance ever since you came in.
Good.
Right now, what you're saying is that you're making a play for me. Why?
Perhaps I like your look.
Not with this.
There may be things about that I like.
Yeah? What?
I've always liked red hair.
Yeah. I grew it for you.
And the ears.
2 of those.
Isn't that good?
More would be vulgar. Well, keep on, keep on. Pretty soon we'll level.
All right, Mr. Condon. Let's, to use your phrase, level. I was told to meet you by a friend.
Yes, but whose friend?
Yours, in Shanghai. A very wonderful, almost saintly old man.
Chang Po Ling.
Yes.
Yes, yes, wonderful, wonderful. And he asked you to look me up?
Yes.
Well, he certainly hasn't forgotten me.
No, he remembers you very well, as you were then. He hoped you hadn't changed.
Now, just what does that mean?
First, we'll become better acquainted. It was his desire.
His desire became mine 5 minutes ago. Come on, let's figure a way to go about that.
About what?
How to get better acquainted in the shortest possible time. You see, I'm leaving in 10 days. Well, that's not bad. Well, let's drink to them.
To them?
Yeah, 10 days. The 10 days that shook the world.
Iris, my dear. You know Colonel Tojo, of course. And Major Kezhovka. Tea?
No, thank you.
Have you anything to report?
I have made some progress.
What progress, please?
The world premiere of Blood on the Side was held on May 2nd, 1945, at the United Artists Theater in San Francisco, with both Cagney and Sylvia Sidney in attendance. The timing was extraordinary. The premiere was held in conjunction with the World Security Conference then taking place in San Francisco, the conference at which the United Nations was founded. The war in Europe was in its final days. The war in the Pacific was grinding towards its brutal conclusion. And here was a film about a lone reporter standing up to an empire that was still, at that precise moment, fighting America on multiple fronts. The film wasn't subtle about its message. It was pure wartime propaganda. And it knew it. But it was propaganda with craft and a legitimate argument at its core. That secrecy enables tyranny, that a free press is a weapon against empire, and that ordinary individuals can stand against extraordinary power if they're willing to pay the price. By the time the film reached London's Piccadilly Circus, it was still playing in theaters on VJ Day, August 10, 1945, the day Japan announced its surrender. There are photographs of the marquee, history and cinema arriving at the same moment. The film was also adapted as a radio play on December 3, 1945, for the Lux Radio Theater, with Cagney reprising his role, and then again in October 1946 for the Academy Award Theater, this time with John Garfield in the lead. The story clearly had legs.
Say, Nick, do you know a guy named Cassell? Joe Cassell?
Yeah. Heard of him.
Well, I just got a wire from the States about him. They say he's a good man. I thought I'd try him out in your job after you go.
From what states? You mean you just got an order from the Japanese Foreign Office to put him on? 2 minutes ago.
That's an insult. Nobody dictates to me.
No, not even your own conscience. You promised Charlie Sprague my job, didn't you?
Well, I've reconsidered. They say Cassell's got a fine record in journalism.
Yeah, great.
He ran a paper in China that posed as a friend of the people. And on the side, he set up a patriotic organization that collected nickels and dimes from the poor Chinese in the States to print anti-Japanese propaganda.
What of it?
Oh, nothing much. But instead of printing the leaflets, he lost the money in the stock market. $60,000. His partner committed suicide, and Cassell decided on a change of climate.
I don't suppose you can prove that.
All right, if that isn't enough, I'll dig up something that'll make even your stomach crawl. But if you've got any sense, you'll stick to Charlie Sprague.
Will you stop trying to run my paper?
Yes, right now.
Okay. I'll give it some more thought.
Hey, Nick, where are you going?
Well, as the Japanese say, if the flower is to be beautiful, it must be cultivated.
This chase has done for me. Developed a ravenous appetite.
I've developed a few myself.
Must we really avoid him?
No. Come on, let's eat. Machi gozaimasu ka? Thanks, Katie. We are about to dine at Sato's.
Oh, excellent restaurant.
We thought you'd like it.
Nothing too good for the Imperial Secret Police.
Thank you.
Thank you. You like it, huh?
Japan is lovely. What I've seen of it in 3 days.
Yeah, the scenery's all right, but some of the inhabitants I object to. The higher up you go, the lower grade people you meet.
Then I'm lucky that I don't have to meet any highly placed Japanese in my work.
Work?
Of course.
Namely?
I'm studying the problems of Japanese women.
Why?
Our friend in Shanghai.
Now, don't tell me that was why he told you to get in touch with me.
Nick, you know so much, and still you're so ignorant about women.
Ignorant, but awfully willing.
Do you know anything at all about Japanese women?
Now, what kind of a question is that? Academic or personal?
Well, if you won't be serious.
Oh, I'll be serious.
They're not considered human beings. They're not even allowed to think. It's against the law.
I imagine they bootleg a thought now and then.
Yes, bootleg thinking. That's not good enough.
And so you've elected to help them.
Why not? I'm a woman.
I've been aware of that for some time.
The Chinese women are just beginning to learn what it could mean to be free. If the Japanese women felt the same way...
You mean that might stop Tanaka, Tojo, Yamamoto, and all the rest?
It might help.
The Tanaka plan. What do you know about it?
Why don't you tell me?
James Cagney takes up most of the oxygen in any discussion of this film, understandably. But Sylvia Sidney deserves more credit than history has given her here. Sidney had been a major star in the 1930s, known for emotionally raw performances in films like Street Scene, An American Tragedy, and Alfred Hitchcock's Sabotage. By 1945, she was in the middle portion of her career, no longer the first name on the call sheet, but still one of the most technically accomplished actresses working. In Blood on the Sun, she plays a half-Chinese woman navigating an impossible position in a city where the people she's been working for may have just marked her for death. The production code of the era made genuine romantic expression between Nick and Iris nearly impossible. They shared almost no physical affection on screen, and their farewell is frustratingly constrained. But Sidney finds the tragedy in that constraint and makes it work. For those who know her later work, she appeared memorably in Tim Burton's Beetlejuice and Edward Scissorhands. Seeing her here as a leading lady in a wartime thriller is a different and compelling experience. Blood on the Sun was, in fact, her last major leading role before she transitioned into character.
Been expecting us?
Help yourself.
You?
Please.
Oh, how about one for Hijikata out there?
Let him suffer. Thằng Thẩm. Ninh Hương Lạc. Im thằng Thẩm. Đi xấu xay chứ là. Thằng nó biết cái thế. Xin sao? Đi kêu cái thằng này khổ xấu xay thằng Thẩm à?
She's got a pretty good notion there.
Do you understand Chinese?
Aye? Hai găm đò. Em gọi này.
I'm afraid she's hopelessly romantic.
Well, she's not exactly my type, but on the other hand, with a few alterations, you'd be...
What sort of alterations?
Oh, this is just kind of a game. Rule 1. Learn never to interrupt a conversation when it begins to get interesting. Rule 2. Whenever you sit, always sit with your chin tilted up like this.
Like this?
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
When did you leave China, Nick?
Oh, there goes Rule 1. Well, I left China 2 years ago. Left Brooklyn 15 years ago. Cleveland 10 years ago. Kansas City in the summer of 1921. Now, would you like me to go all through the towns very quickly, just sort of get them out of the way?
I don't think that'll be necessary.
Well, I just wanted to make sure I'd cover everything that you might interrupt with.
I'm afraid I'll have to interrupt you, Nick.
Yeah? Why?
I was just thinking...
I know. You were thinking of changing the subject again. Now, let me tell you what I'm thinking.
I think I know. And I like it very much. But I don't believe you really know what you think of me.
Maybe I do.
A desirable woman?
Much more than that.
Be sensible, Nick. What I'm trying to tell you is that I'm half Chinese and...
I'm half Irish and half Norwegian.
It isn't the same thing.
Uh-huh. What are you trying to do, run down the Irish?
Thank you, Nick.
Stop it. Stop it. I hate gratitude. It's a very debasing emotion. Now, you just keep your mind on the game. That's Rule 1. Rule 2... Have you played this game before?
Maybe when you learn a little more about these people, you might revise your opinions about the Chinese.
Maybe, but the farther west I've gone, the more I'm convinced that wisdom and civilization come from the east.
That's what I say. China.
Japan is east of China.
You should do well here, Mr. Cassell. How about this?
Excuse me, gentlemen. I'll see you later.
Dirty
So what is it? What's it all about?
Colonel, this is an outrage. I won't tolerate it. You seem to forget my position and influence.
Perhaps you do not have them any longer, Mr. Cassell. Have you seen His Excellency Baron Tanaka?
If he'd see me, I wouldn't be here. Be reasonable, Colonel. All you wanted was that the loan to China be killed. It didn't happen the way we planned it, but what's the difference?
We are just as much concerned in the manner in which these matters are accomplished. Now, His Imperial Majesty's government will have to make it very clear we were never acquainted with you.
But where does that leave me? I've lost my friends in China, and now...
Precisely. Surely you must realize, Mr. Cassell, that he who is not a good friend of China cannot be a good friend of Japan. Most regrettable. Good day.
Okay. Okay. Don't get me wrong, Condon. I don't blame you. It was my mistake. I don't know what got into me. The Chinese are great people. I love them. If you'd only come to me before printing the story and stop me, knock some good sense into my head.
It isn't brains you're short on, Cassell.
I know, but it was like doubling up, letting the money ride on a good bet. I couldn't pass it up.
Oh, go on. Get out of here.
Wait a minute. You're a decent guy, Condon, and I've got an idea that'll work for both of us. You're in a worse spot than I am. They're not going to let you get out of the country alive, but they don't suspect me. You set the price. $500,000, anything you say. Let me take it to China and set myself up again with the right people. You collect the money in America.
Take what to China?
The Tanaka plan. You've got it, Condon. Tanaka's already made you an offer, but you're holding out for more, I know.
Oh, yeah? Well, what else do you know?
Plenty. Didn't I frame the introduction for Tanaka between you and the Hilliard dame? Don't I know she hasn't had any luck yet because you're playing cagey?
What else?
That's plenty. You smear me for selling out China while you're selling out your own country.
The film received 1 Academy Award nomination and won it. Best Art Direction for a Black and White Film, going to production designer Lloyd and set decorator A. Roland Fields. In a period when Studio System Pictures were spending fortunes on elaborate sets, Blood on the Sun, an independent production with a fraction of the usual budget, competed on equal terms and took home the trophy. That says something about the quality of the craftsmanship involved.
Now that we know each other, start
Critical reception at the time was mixed but leaned positive. The film made money. Cagney's performance was singled out as energetic and committed. Reviewers appreciated that this wasn't a lazy star turn, but a genuinely invested piece of acting from a man who trained for the role and had something to say. Over time, however, the film slid into a strange purgatory. After its copyright expired and nobody renewed it, Blood on the Sun fell into the public domain, which meant it became cheap filler for television schedules and bargain bin VHS releases. The prints that circulated were terrible, scratchy, dark, barely watchable. A colorized version was distributed on television and managed to make a beautiful black and white film look genuinely hideous. It probably still looks better than mine. For decades, that was how most people encountered Blood on the Sun, if they encountered it at all. A murky, barely audible print on late-night TV, which is a shame because the film, it actually is, when you can see it properly, is significantly better than its reputation. And if, by the way, you care to watch it in black and white, you can actually find it, because again, it's in the public domain. But I'll get to that.
These things can't buy everything. There isn't money enough in all Japan to buy that document.
And what are you risking your life for? To protect people in China and America you don't even know? To save humanity?
Come on, let's get over to the embassy.
Are you sure? Are you sure you'd risk your life to protect the Tanaka plan? If you had it?
Oh, don't worry. I have it.
No, you haven't. I have.
Is this some more of your lies?
No, Nick. If you wait on the terrace, I'll bring it to you. Umgoy?
Where'd you get this?
Where did you put it? The portrait of the Emperor held no fears for me. When the police left...
Where were you?
In your garden. It was an awfully good fight you put up, Nick. But when Ushma hit you from behind...
Hey, it's awfully hard. Awfully hard. So this is it, huh? This is it.
Memorial to His Imperial Majesty by Premier Tanaka, outlining the positive policy of Japan.
Well, tell me, how close did I come? In my article the other day.
You missed, Nick, by millions of square miles. This is a plan for world conquest. Manchuria is only the beginning. All of China, then America.
Oh, now, wait a minute. What do you think we'll be doing while all this is going on?
Sleeping. Until the bombs start falling on you. They're counting on that, Nick. That's why it's so important to get this to the outside world. To China, to your country. Now, before the plan goes into full operation.
Well, the Japanese are going to claim it's a forgery. And they'll scream fraud all over the place. Now, all we've got to do is to find some means to keep them from squirming out of it.
That can be done, too. This document can be authenticated with the signature of someone who was present when the plan was drawn up.
Are you sure of that?
I'm sure of that.
Darling, how'd you get mixed up in this?
It's my work.
Well, I can think of easier ways of making a living.
Not for me.
Big payoff, huh?
Yes. A free China. That's why I had to be so careful, Nick, about telling you. I had to be sure how you felt about it.
And about you.
Nick. Nick, the other evening I said I wished we'd met 2 years ago. I couldn't tell you why then. I suddenly became afraid that the thing I wanted most for you to say yes, you'd take the chance, would come too swiftly. It would end for us before it could begin. I suddenly wanted the moment of your decision pushed back months, years.
Now, wait a minute, darling. I'm still alive.
Yes, Nick. Very much. So much so that I can't bear to think of it otherwise.
Thank you.
Sit down.
You are not displeased that I suddenly begged this cocktail? I intended to see you later this evening, but some rather important matters demand my attention. I am concerned about your work. I had hoped you might have completed your mission by now, that the document we seek might already be in your hands.
I shall be very happy when all this is over and forgotten. I'm afraid that politics and intrigue are not my special talent. Sometimes I get a little frightened.
I understand, Iris. I promise, for you there will be no more politics, no more intrigue, no more spying.
I shall be very grateful.
It is I who am grateful. In fact, I brought you a little gift in reward. It is something I picked up at the silversmith on my way over. I dare say you were expecting more rubies. I haven't forgotten how you love them.
Oh, no, these are quite lovely.
A virtuous woman who can find. For her price is far above ruby.
A quotation.
From the Christian Bible. It should remind you of something else from the same source. The coin. Count them. 30 coins. 30 pieces of silver. No, I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to give you a chance to save your life and my honor. The fact that you betrayed me was discovered by Colonel Toyo. I have managed to save face thus far by informing him that your actions were part of a plan of mine through which I could obtain the name of the traitor within our government with whom you had been working. Now, what is his name? Very well. You have 2 hours in which to make your decision. If at the end of that time I do not receive a call from you naming the traitor, your fate will be in the hands of Colonel Tojo. Weigh carefully the possibilities of such a future. Oh, and do not attempt to leave the hotel or use the telephone, as it will be useless. I will await your call.
Get me the Tokyo Chronicle office, please.
Sorry, only calls to Baron Tanaka will be accepted from your suite.
Here's the good news. Because Blood on the Sun is in the public domain, the copyright was never renewed, and it belongs to everyone. And in recent years, serious film preservation efforts have brought it back to life. Kino Lorber released a Blu-ray edition in February 2024 through their KL Studio Classics line, digitally mastered to a very high standard. Much higher than mine, and yet they're still probably going to claim mine, so don't be surprised. Giving the film a clarity and depth that the old television prints completely destroyed. If you want to see Weird Ahinen's Oscar-winning production design the way it was meant to be seen, that's the version to find. And if you just want to watch it for free right now, it's available on Internet Archive, YouTube, and virtually any public domain streaming library. No subscription required, no cost, just a 94-minute thriller from 1945 that holds up shockingly well. Watch the black and white version. Don't watch the colorized version. It looks like a fever dream. Unless you want to go to www.sltonight.com, and I will upload a copy of this at my not voice over with the color added, or well, and I can also if I actually get comments for this, let me know, and I will actually upload a black and white version, but ultimately, again, it's not necessary. Just get the copy, and Kino is probably going to try to claim this anyway. They all do. I've still got those other two, the Shaolin Challengers and the Man of the Secret Kung Fu, both in the public domain. They've claimed that as well, but yet, here we are. And they rejected it, so, I don't know what to tell you. So that copyright, they do not own it. Those are public domain. You can watch them for free. And you can go to my website, because again, www.sltonight.com. You can watch the movies that I've done. I've uploaded to my website to where you can actually watch them without me talking over it. And and with the restoration that I've added to it, as terrible as that may be, but at the very least, some schmuck in some office somewhere ain't making a dime because you're watching a movie that is a public domain film for free. So yeah, no, that irks me off to no end. But either way, yeah.
I have been considering your past services to us. They have not been without value.
Thank you, Colonel Tojo. You know I've always been a friend of Japan's.
Japan does not forget her friend. There is a way in which you can re-establish yourself. An exclusive news story of the first magnitude.
I'll be right over in a half an hour.
There must be something wrong, Charlie. I've been trying to get her all morning. Did Miss Hilliard have any visitors yesterday?
Yes, Baron Tanaka.
Baron Tanaka? Well, you know where he is now, don't you? With his ancestors. Oh, come on, open up.
There's something fishy about that press release. Where did Cassell come off to grab an exclusive?
If you ask me, Charlie, the stroke that killed Tanaka had a very sharp edge to it.
Oh, Miss Hilliard.
Well, they didn't get her. She took a run-out powder.
Here they are for the baggage. Come right in.
There they are.
Lotte.
Four-piece luggage. Count check, please.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
Sorry, must count.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You go. All right, let's get going.
Have another drink.
It's a frame, Nick.
Easy, easy. Usually caught it around outside somewhere.
She's had almost a week to contact you. Why did she wait till 3 hours before your boat sails? I told you that dame was no good. She's trying to hang a spy rap on you. Can't you see it? Don't go, Nick, for the love of... Let me see who it is.
No, you wait here. Johnny Clark from the embassy.
I'm certainly relieved to find you here, Nick.
Why? Where'd you expect to find me?
Frankly, in a Japanese dungeon.
I told you.
What's the story?
You've got a friend somewhere on this island, Nick. We received a phone call from him at the embassy 20 minutes ago.
Who was it?
Anonymous. A warrant is to be sworn out for your arrest. You're to be held for questioning, suspected of being a Chinese agent. The ambassador sent me over in his car. Official American property can't be violated. So I'm to put you on the Wilson at once in charge of the captain.
Great. You'll be immune. You'll be a diplomatic pouch.
It's the only way, Nick. If they once catch you, it's a long legal tangle. Before we can do anything, weeks, maybe months.
So long, Nick. Bon voyage. Now get going.
Thanks, Johnny. I'll see you at the embassy in about an hour.
Nick.
We won't be responsible.
So here's the question that every deep dive eventually has to answer. Why does this film still matter? Blood on the Sun is a product of its time in obvious ways. The yellow-faced casting is uncomfortable. Some of the propaganda is blunt. The production code castrates the romance. There are historical inaccuracies. One reviewer pointed out that the timeline of the film places Condon in Tokyo in 1933, which is 4 years after Baron Tanaka actually died. And yet, the film's core argument is as urgent now as it was in 1945. Nick Condon isn't fighting for America exactly. He's fighting for the idea that secret plans shouldn't stay secret. That when governments draw up blueprints for domination and hope no one finds out, the best thing that can happen, the most dangerous thing that can happen to them, is a person with access to a printing press. The Tanaka Memorial itself is a fascinating historical object precisely because its authenticity is uncertain. A document that may have been entirely fabricated still described with eerie accuracy the direction an imperial government was actually heading. Fiction telling the truth about power. Propaganda that happened to be correct. In a media landscape where the relationship between information and power is more fraught than ever, there's something unexpectedly resonant about watching James Cagney, compact, pugnacious, absolutely certain he's right, refusing to hand over the document, refuse to be silenced, refuse to back down. The film also deserves recognition as a marker in James Cagney's career story. After his Oscar win for Yankee Doodle Dandy, Cagney could have coasted. He could have let Warner Brothers keep putting him in safe, profitable gangster pictures. Instead, he built his own company with his brother, took creative control, and used that control to make a film about a reporter standing up to imperial power. A film with genuine political stakes, released while the war it was about was still ongoing. That's not coasting. That's an artist using his leverage for something that mattered to him.
Mr. Condon, I'm quite certain you will agree there is very little time to waste on explanations.
That's right.
Miss Hilliard and I feel it would serve our purpose most effectively if I signed the document in your presence. Naturally, when this is made public, its authenticity will not go unchallenged. My signature will be branded a forgery by our government, including the Emperor.
In that event, Your Highness, your voice will give them the lie.
The length of elapsed time between the publication of this document and my ability to speak will be very brief. In Japan, a traitor's voice is quickly silenced. Mr. Condon, I take my part in this not for your country, but for mine. I would rather see Japan defeated than triumphant under the heels of our militarists.
Lady, would you mind very much if I were to kiss you?
I don't believe I'd have the strength to move from this spot until you did.
And now, we've got to get out of here.
It's all been arranged. In a few minutes, a fishing boat will take us to a freighter out in the lower bay.
Us?
You're going with me, Nick. They're planning to hold you for questioning. Once they get you...
Uh-huh. I had an idea was you that warned the embassy there was a warrant out for me. They want to send me out on a diplomatic immunity.
Diplomatic immunity won't stop a bullet or a bomb under a car.
Rough, aren't they?
Leave with us, Nick. For me.
For you? Are you worth that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, honey. Why didn't you tell me?
Nick, this way.
Wait.
Police everywhere. Hurry.
You'll have to take it out, darling. I'll hold them here until you get a start.
No, Nick, they'll kill you.
Get going.
Nick, they'll kill you. The plan is all they want. Leave it here for them. Leave it, Nick.
We can't do that.
I won't leave without you. I won't.
Darling! We've got jobs to do. Nobody gave them to us, but they've got to be done. You're my girl, aren't you? All right. And you're going to do what I want you to do. I know it's tough. It's tougher to go than it is to stay. But you can hold them, and I think I can.
All right, Nick. I'm your girl.
Better hurry, darling. This neighborhood's getting awfully run down around here. Given up strangling, eh, Oshma? Oh, that's right. You had given it up. You shot Ollie Miller. It was his wife you strangled, wasn't it?
Yes.
I see your point. When it comes to taking a man with your bare hands, it's rather risky, isn't it?
You're very clever, Mr. Condon, but there's one flaw in your cleverness. It is as easy to kill you with these as with that. In fact, I prefer it that way. Japanese fashion. So, Deska.
Blood on the Sun, 1945, directed by Frank Lloyd, starring James Cagney and Sylvia Sidney. Won the Academy Award for Best Art Direction, featuring some of the earliest genuine judo ever filmed in as an American movie, based on, or at least inspired by, one of the most controversial documents of the 20th century. It's not Cagney's flashiest film. It's not his most famous. But there's an argument to be made that it's one of his most interesting. A picture where the craft, the politics, the physical performance, and the historical moment all come together in a way that transcends the limitation of wartime propaganda. So what do you think? Is Blood on the Sun Cagney's most underrated performance? Have you seen it? Has this changed how you see it? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this deep dive did it for you, hit that button and subscribe. There are more forgotten classics waiting, and we're going to dig up every single one. And again, one last time, if you want to watch this without my beautiful voice and with the restoration, then you can go to www.sltonight.com. Drive in there. Feel free to watch any of the movies. You can watch Sister Street Fighter there without my voice, which seems to be a popular one on YouTube. Don't ask me why, I don't know. Well, no, I do. It's good. But until next time, stay sharp, stay curious, keep digging up the good stuff. This has been Felix Lebeski for SL Tonight. This has been SL Tonight Presents. Good night.
Abe, check the men.
Condon has escaped from the Suida docks.
Now he comes here. Driver!
Drive past Arca Street.
Naniska.
Akamachi Tote.
Yeah.
sorry, Mr. Condon, to take plan from you. But you see, Japanese very smart.
Only half smart, monkey. Only half smart.
Get out of my way.
Hello, fella. I said I'd be back in an hour. Sorry I'm a few minutes late.
Yamato, this is not going to be treated as another of your very regrettable mistakes.
Condon is an enemy of Imperial Japan. Insist it must be.
Extremely sorry this has been the result, Mr. Clark. It is true Condon has been enemy of Japan. But Japanese people very good, very generous. We will forget bad actions of Condon and say no more. You, in turn, will forget this incident?
What's the matter, Yamada? Afraid of the penalty for failure?
But it's much simpler this way. Both sides have made mistake. Will be very embarrassing for all.
The United States government doesn't settle for a deal, Yamada.
Condon-san, you have saying, forgive your enemies. I am willing.
Sure. Forgive your enemies. But first get even.